welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're taking a really focused look at a food that's, pretty foundational in American culture, especially down south. Collard greens.
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of us, I think collards mean comfort food, right?
Mm-hmm.
Slow cooked, maybe smoky, definitely delicious, but sometimes, swimming in stuff that maybe hides their nutritional side.
And that's exactly the line we want to draw today. We're kind of pulling collard greens out of that comfort food box and really positioning them as a functional food.
Okay.
Our goal for you, the listener, is to get quick access to the, frankly, surprising science packed into these leaves. It's not just eat more greens.
Right.
It's understanding the specific things happening inside your body. I mean, optimizing your liver, building actual bone density when you eat them.
So we looked at nutritional research, recipe guides focusing on keeping those nutrients, and even some folk medicine texts talking about traditional uses. Turns out this humble leaf is pretty sophisticated. Okay, let's unpack this. Where do we start? Why exactly are collards this wellness powerhouse?
Well, it really comes down to the sheer density of micronutrients and how they're packaged in a way your body can actually use. They work together synergistically. If we look at the big picture, collards are delivering like 6 major health benefits all at once.
Okay, let's maybe tackle those structural benefits first. Thinking about bones, most people probably jump to dairy for bone health, right?
Yeah.
But collards sound like a serious plant-based player.
Oh, absolutely. They offer, well, it's like a triple threat that goes way beyond just calcium, like in a glass of milk. You've got massive doses of calcium and magnesium, essential building blocks. But the real kicker for bone health, what makes collards stand out, is their incredibly high vitamin K content.
Vitamin K. Why is that so critical, especially, working with calcium?
Because vitamin K is basically the director. Calcium's vital, sure, but it needs to be told where to go. Vitamin K activates these specific proteins that guide calcium out of places you don't want it, like your arteries, which is terrible for heart health, and directs it squarely into your bone matrix. So eating collards means you're not just getting calcium, you're getting the system to use that calcium effectively. It helps prevent osteoporosis, promotes that structural integrity. It's a fantastic, really powerful option if you're looking for plant-based bone support.
That distinction, the active mechanism versus just like an ingredient list that feels really important. Okay. Moving beyond structure, what are collards doing for our immune systems, keeping us healthy?
Yeah, they're like a high-speed defense system. They're just loaded with vitamin C and beta-carotene, which your body turns into vitamin A.
Okay.
Both are absolutely critical for boosting immune response, helping fight off infections. But the deeper story here is how they contribute to just overall vitality, meaning they don't just hand over vitamins, they're antioxidants. These powerful compounds actively hunt down and neutralize free radicals. And that dramatically dials back systemic inflammation. If you think about it, inflammation is sort of the root cause or involved in so many chronic diseases. Collards are constantly working to lower that background noise of inflammatory stress,
Right.
which frees up your immune system to tackle, the immediate threats.
That leads perfectly into heart health then.
Yeah.
We often hear about fiber and greens, but let's talk specifics. How do collard fiber and potassium really impact the heart?
Okay, the fiber piece is fascinating. It acts like a scavenger. As it moves through your digestive system, it actually binds onto bile acids, which contain cholesterol. This stops them from being reabsorbed, so your body has to get rid of them and then make new bile, which uses up cholesterol from your blood. So it effectively helps lower your overall cholesterol levels. That's the sort of cleaning function.
And the protection side?
That's potassium. Collards have a good amount of potassium, and it's absolutely crucial for balancing fluids and countering the effects of sodium. Getting enough potassium is one of the best dietary things you can do to support healthy blood pressure and reduce strain on your heart.
Okay, this is where I think it gets really interesting. We're moving beyond the general nutrients now to these specialized active compounds doing very specific jobs.
Exactly. We're kind of getting into functional chemistry now. This is why collards are seen as such a deep cleanser. I want to highlight 2 specific compounds that are basically acting like an internal cleanup crew and a protective shield.
Let's start with the cleanup crew. What's doing the heavy lifting on detoxification?
That would be chlorophyll. You know, the pigment that makes plants green? Collards are absolutely packed with it.
Right.
Think of chlorophyll as like an internal magnet or maybe a filter. Our sources show it helps detoxify the liver and cleanse the bloodstream. It seems to bind to things like heavy metals and environmental toxins.
So it's basically helping the liver do its job better, clearing out the junk. What kind of external results might someone notice from that kind of internal cleaning?
Well, that regular detoxification often shows up externally. Things like clearer, maybe brighter skin, and definitely improved digestion, regularity. When your system isn't bogged down processing toxins, everything just runs more efficiently.
Okay, chlorophyll cleans. What about the protective shield you mentioned,
hmm
protecting the plumbing itself, our blood vessels?
Right, that's the job of glucosinolates.
Yeah.
These are special sulfur-containing compounds. You find them in high amounts in cruciferous veggies, broccoli, kale, and definitely collards.
Okay.
When you chew or chop the greens, enzymes break these glucosinolates down into other bioactive compounds, like isothiocyanates.
Okay, let's simplify that a bit.
Yeah.
What's their main job once they're active in the body?
Protection. Think of them as internal body armor for your blood vessels. They've been shown to shield blood vessels from oxidative stress and chronic inflammation.
And that's important because,
Because oxidative stress is a huge factor in damaging arteries, making them stiff. By neutralizing the stress, these compounds help keep your whole vascular system flexible and healthy.
wow, that's incredible. So chlorophyll is cleaning out toxins, and glucosinolates are stopping damage from happening in the first place. This whole cleaning process, does it tie back into metabolism too?
Absolutely. That fiber content we talked about, it really does double duty here. It helps with immediate digestion, providing bulk, keeping things moving regularly, a gentle cleanse for the digestive tract itself.
And what about for people watching their energy levels or blood sugar?
Yeah, this is crucial.
Yeah.
Because they're high in fiber and have a low glycemic index, collards slow down how quickly sugar gets absorbed into your bloodstream.
Okay.
So they help balance blood sugar levels, prevent those sharp spikes and then crashes after you eat. This makes them ideal for anyone managing diabetes or really anyone just wanting stable, sustained energy.
So, stepping back, these leaves aren't just dense with nutrients. They have specific active compounds that are cleaning, protecting, and regulating our systems. Okay, the practical side now. If they're a pain to prepare, the best intentions go out the window.
Yeah.
What does all this science mean in the kitchen?
I think the biggest takeaway from the sources is just how versatile they are. You really don't need to slow cook them for hours to get the benefits. Actually, quicker, gentler cooking often preserves more of those delicate vitamins, like vitamin C.
Okay, give us some simple, fast options then. Something for a weeknight maybe, that still packs that nutritional punch we've been talking about.
The absolute fastest is probably garlic sautéed collard greens. Seriously, the whole thing takes maybe 5 to 7 minutes.
Wow.
Heat up some olive oil, toss in minced garlic till it smells good, then add your chopped collards. The trick is not to overcook them, leave a little crispness.
I saw the recipe mentioned a finishing touch that connects back to digestion.
Yes. To brighten it up and help digestion, you finish with a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. Or for that sort of southern tang, a dash of apple cider vinegar works great too. It boosts the flavor and adds another layer of gut support.
Nice. Beyond sautéing, I love the idea of using those huge leaves as like a food vehicle. The collard green wrap sounds like a really healthy swap for tortillas.
Oh, it's the ultimate low-carb, nutrient-dense wrapper. The key, as the sources emphasize, is prepping the leaves right. Got to cut out that tough center stem.
Right, the rib.
Exactly. And then you blanch them just a quick dip, like 30 seconds, in boiling water, then immediately into an ice bath to stop the cooking.
Why the blanching? Is it just to make them bendy?
It's mainly for texture, yeah. It softens them just enough so they're pliable, so they won't crack when you roll them up. Once they're cool, you can fill them with anything: hummus, avocado, quinoa, grilled chicken, veggies. Roll them tight, and you've got this super nutritious, ready-to-go wrap.
And for someone really wanting to lean into the immune support, the anti-inflammatory side, a soup seems like a good way to deliver that.
Absolutely. The collard green soup for immunity is a fantastic example. The recipe specifically pairs collards with those classic immune boosters: onion, carrot, garlic, simmered in a good broth, bone, or veggie.
Okay.
But the real functional kicker to boost the anti-inflammatory power is adding turmeric. The synergy between the collard's antioxidants and the curcumin in turmeric makes it a genuinely supportive, almost healing meal.
That covers cooking. But now the part of the research that was genuinely surprising, the traditional non-food uses.
Yeah.
This feels like it moves beyond just nutrition into like folk remedies.
Yeah, this really speaks to how traditional cultures recognize and use the specific physical properties of the leaf itself. The most fascinating one is probably the external use for inflammation. The collard leaf detox wrap for joint pain.
Okay, walk me through that. How does sticking a leaf on your knee actually help?
Well, the idea draws on the leaves' natural cooling and anti-inflammatory properties. It's a method used historically for things like mastitis or swollen joints.
Hmm.
You blanch a few large leaves briefly, let them cool down so they're comfortable to touch. Then you wrap them directly around the sore muscle or swollen joint and secure them, maybe with a bandage.
And what's the thinking behind why it works, according to the sources?
The traditional understanding is that the leaves sort of pull heat and maybe toxins from that inflamed area. By keeping them in close contact, the compounds are thought to work externally to reduce pain and swelling, possibly by improving local circulation and drawing out impurities near the surface.
It's pretty wild, using the leaf like a gentle poultice. What about foreskin? I saw a recipe for a facial mask.
Yes, the Collard green facial mask. This taps into that high vitamin A and C content, which are, staples in skincare for brightening and repair.
Okay.
You basically blend maybe 3 fresh leaves with about a tablespoon of honey, which is naturally antibacterial, and a teaspoon of lemon juice for extra brightening. You put that on your face, and it delivers this potent topical dose of antioxidants. The idea is it brightens the complexion, gives you a kind of natural glow.
And lastly, a really simple way to get some of those liver cleansing benefits we talked about, without a whole meal, just a drink.
That would be the Collard green tea for cleansing. It's about the easiest infusion imaginable. You just chop up some tender leaves, steep them in boiling water for maybe 10 minutes, strain, and sip it warm. It's a mild, gentle kind of herbal tea specifically aimed at supporting liver function and aiding digestion. Something easy to add to your routine.
So we started this deep dive thinking about, a classic southern side dish, and we've ended up with this picture of really sophisticated functional food, good for bones, heart protection, detoxing blood vessels with glucosinolates, cleaning the liver with chlorophyll, even external wraps for inflammation. It's like a whole pharmacy and a bunch of greens.
It absolutely changes how you look at a simple vegetable, doesn't it? We really hope this encourages you, the listener, to see those choices in the produce aisle differently. They're not just ingredients, they're potential biological support systems.
Absolutely. And maybe here's a final thought to chew on. Healing really can start right there in your kitchen, not just at the pharmacy counter. So next time you're at the market, maybe give that bunch of collard greens a second look. Remember the unexpected power packed into those inexpensive leaves, and think about how they might help your body cleanse, strengthen, and maybe even grow a bit from the inside out.